All right, class, it's another week as we move forward in our class. I noticed that I got the number wrong here. I need to change that. May 29th through the June 3rd. That's this week, selecting and defining a research topic. So from last week, you had to complete a couple of quizzes and do some discussion. That has been graded. I noticed that not all of you have completed the learning modules from last week, the learning modules searching for information. So make sure you complete that as well. Those are important information. They're kind of tongue-in-cheek, some of them. They're kind of funny, but they do give you good information about just your basics of searching for information and finding that, which is vital for this class. So yeah, the quizzes and discussions from last week are graded, and join Remind. So again, if you go back to the course homepage and you look at this getting started with communication, there are still some students, I think 3 of you, who have not done this yet. You have to go to Remind, this website right here, and you have to sign up to receive messages from me to get going. So make sure that you do that. Also, if you are late on some of your work for this week, for last week I mean, if you didn't do some of your work for last week, then there is a late policy. You only get 85% of your total grade, but you only have 1 week to get it in. So you can only be 1 week late, and work that is more than 1 week late will not be accepted except at my discretion. And so in general, I won't accept it because in the summer it's such a short semester that you don't really have enough time to do everything and catch up. So it's to your benefit, of course, to be on time. And then you only have 1 week late. After that, it's done. So just remember that. Let's see, this week's is about selecting a research topic, so it's intended to help you to kind of look around, see what kind of research topics there may be available for you. It's important to select a research topic knowing what research has been done already out there, and so that's why this focus right now in the class is on a preliminary literature review that you will complete. And in order to get started on that, the first activity for this week says to read research reports on your topic. So in order for you to be ready to submit that, which is due in a few weeks, you need to start right now to read scholarly articles within an area of research interest to you. And that's why there's library instruction on how to find those scholarly articles. That's why you're going through the learning modules to help you find those articles. Find articles that are peer-reviewed or publish books on a subject, and also most articles that you read should be research reports, meaning that they report on a research study done and include findings from the study. So you're not looking so much for analyses or summaries of research reports or other types of publications. You're really looking for a research report that is written by the person who conducted the research study and explains what the study was all about, what were the methods, what was the findings from the study, and who were the subjects or participants in the study, and so forth. One way to tell if an article that you're reading is a research report and not just a summary is if it has a section entitled Methods. If it has a methods section that shares what the methods of the research study were and what methods they followed, then that usually means that it is a research report and not just a summary. So, and then follow directions here. As for each article you read, make sure you include the APA formatted reference. And there's some examples here, but you can get that from your APA book as well as the link. And then include the study procedures or methods, include the findings and main points that kind of stick out to you. The trick really and the challenge is to read about 4 or 5 research articles each week. So that means like 1 each weekday. So that you can get a feel for your research area. It just makes the rest of this class go so much easier if you have a good foundation behind you, if you've read those articles each week for this class. So make sure you do that starting out this week. You're also going to read chapters 3 and 4 from the textbook and take the quizzes on those down below. There's some quizzes. And again, remember just to do everything in order here. So you can participate in the in the narrowing and focusing your research topic discussion of how you might focus on your topic as you explore things. You're talking about that. Then you're going to be watching these learning modules on sources of information, academic integrity. Be sure to pay attention to that one. That's kind of been an issue in the past in this class. And then citations, that's going to be important for this class as well, and that's one you can return to and watch again and again because you'll have to be using those kinds of citations in your papers. And then the instruction on finding sources comes from our library as well. And finally, you need to complete the city certification. Now this is going to take a while if you haven't done it yet. Yeah, it's going to take a little while, so you have to go and sign up at the cityprogram.org website, and you're going to submit your city certification certificate to me once you have passed the RCR at NSU course there. So you just follow the directions, and you can see this. You can go through the modules learning about research ethics. It's important for you to know about research ethics too as we get started. So yeah, this week is kind of a heavy week. There's a lot going on, so I suggest getting started as soon as possible. One thing that I've done as well under general class items right here, I have placed example work from the past. So you can scroll down and see that, or you can just click on this part of it. And so if you are submitting an assignment in this class or preparing one and you want to see what other students have done as examples, I've asked these students to use their work as examples. They all scored fairly well. Not any of them got 100% or a full 100 out of 100 or whatever it was. But all of them did score very well in all of these examples. And so what we have here are two examples of preliminary literature reviews. Some of you have been asking about that, like what would that look like, or how is that done? Well, here are some examples. A proposal description, design participants' procedures, final lit review, a couple of those, and then your final research proposal examples I've got down there as examples of the assignments as well. So you can take a look at those if you want to. Those might help guide your work as you look to doing the preliminary literature review. But remember that preliminary literature review is not due until I think June 17th. So you have a few weeks still. The best thing you can do is what I tell you to do this week is read research reports on your topic and make sure you keep an annotated bibliography as is mentioned here. And you'll be on track. If you do that, you'll be on track for finishing your preliminary literature review in time and on track for your work in this class. So have a great week, and remember to use Remind if you have any questions or anything like that, or the topic discussion. We have a discussion for general topics and questions. And make sure you sign up if you haven't signed up to Remind yet following these instructions here. So have a great week.